is good, everybody? What is good, yo? Oh, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Doing some amazing looking graphics here. We did get to see a little bit of action, but I'm guessing that's not enough for most people out there, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry you won't be getting that much action this week's episode, but at the same time, we do get to see one of the more important characters, in my opinion, this girl who's also Japan and supposed to be destined to be with the slime guy, um, Rim. So I'm happy that they, I mean, he actually said it for us, he's like, wow, I met her faster than I thought, like, we all probably thought she wasn't going to be popping up that fast. Um, So it's nice to know that even the character is kind of like surprised at this happening. Like, oh, what? I've already met my dream girl. Okay, like I guess this is happening now. I should probably be nice. Um, I thought it was interesting that we also saw so much of the three characters that walked in and couldn't even sense Rim when he had such overwhelming power. That as soon as he goes into the forest, the goblins were all freaking out and had their arms up because they were literally trying to protect themselves. But you go back into the cave, and these humans couldn't even sense him. So it must be something between monsters. Maybe that's how they survive in the wild so long, that because they live out there with everything, they can pretty much sense or tell when another monster's by, because that would give them a better chance of survival. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they could sense them much easier, and those people being seemingly lower level adventurers, but probably not at the lowest of the totem pole. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure someone in the comments might tell me. So make sure you guys keep your eyes posted for any real questions I asked to myself throughout this video. Someone usually gives me really good answers, and I love that aspect of just having channels like this and being able to talk to people that can understand. Like, I'm actually serious. Like, I actually want to know these things, and if you actually let me know, it helps me make my videos just that much better with the knowledge that I'll have. So, um, yeah, shout out to you guys for always keeping me on point with whatever information I drop, and you tell me if it's good or bad. So, really appreciate that. Other than that, though, we really get to just see more and more of like how much this whole name thing really puts a tear on our boy, because as soon as he does something like this, he's essentially, like rendered helpless, or like he's rendered just completely still because of he gives out all these names, another 500 names. Uh, I'm pretty sure that's more than the last time for sure. So gave out more names than he did last time. And because of it, I think that's such a smart way for the show to understandingly so know that no one wants to sit there for a whole week and see the beginning of the process of them not even having anything started to then building it all. Um, well, I mean, I'm saying everybody, like that's a common thing, but there are people out there that are going to complain about seeing just these dwarves, showing their main skills and stuff like that. I can already see that being a problem for some people. I didn't want to see that. Oh, what is this? And so to know that they have their village pretty much already set in stone now, it's cool to know that um, when these adventurers came, they helped them, but not only did they help them, it seemingly had them in a position where they're like, what do we do now? Like, these guys just went out of their way to feed us and give us a place to stay. And it's really smart on the slime's part, because he's like, so is there a problem with us making this village? Like, is there going to be some type of issue? And that's really smart on his part to find out, because, I mean, regardless if this guy knows or not, um, it's pretty soon you're going to know, Like, either they're going to send some people out there at you, and if you really think about it, the girl that is there, the the homegirl that he's destined to be with, she straight up is, also a summon. If someone told her to do something at this place, which we find out that she is, it's it's crazy how important some of these things are at like the beginning of the episode. Just so if you forgot, you're kind of just out of luck. But in the very first episode, the one of the things that stood out to me is my homies like, oh man, they're killing kids in this show, bro. Like this is crazy. And then I'm looking at this girl who we meet that's supposed to be destined to be with the slime, and I'm just like, there's no way. She looks familiar, man. And boom, sure enough, she is the girl who gets sent up in that typhoon of fire and ends up that ended up being a summon for her to be. She did pretty much get destroyed. Like her skin got absolutely decimated, and that was pretty rough to see overall. Just knowing that this little girl, her arms, her legs are completely torched, and the person that summoned her is like, oh, another failure, and was gonna walk away. And because she said help, he's like, huh, maybe I can use her because she was ballsy enough to say something after being in such pain. Um, and Ifrit, if you guys don't know, Ifrit being something from like Final Fantasy, really heavy in Final Fantasy is Ifrit. I'm not really sure if it's like a Greek mythology thing, Ifrit. Um, but not yeah Ifrit. I was thinking I thought I was saying Fenrir for some reason. But Ifrit being the ultimate fire like entity in Final Fantasy and stuff like that, it's crazy to imagine if he had that same title from Final Fantasy in this world, and then he's inside of this girl, or he's companions with her, and maybe that's why she's having so much pain and like suffering throughout the episode, because she's straight up like in a situation where when she fought all those ants, she thought it was, she thought she won. And then once she stopped using the fire, that's when, like she got that weird like headache or something. I can't really tell what the heck happened to her, but whatever happened to her, it was enough to put her in a position to not be able to fight the same things she was just destroying on. So it's seemingly important, whatever it is that was holding her power, because as soon as she dispelled it or like took it off, she pretty much was weakened or something along those lines. So I am not 100% sure what is going on with her, like her body and stuff. My first thought was it's the summon, like the guy who's actually summoned her is, you know, uh, doing something along the line or something. But it doesn't seem like that could be the case either, because it seems like they would just like that could kill her or something like that. Like he could literally just end her from where he's at now without, lifting a finger so much. But if he does do that, it will be interesting to see if the slime can kind of erase the summoning, because what we saw was a summoning circle, so it's clearly some type of spell that may be able to be taken away by Predator. So we only shall see in the future. But her destroying those ants with Ifrit and the imbued fire sword, absolutely dope, absolutely gorgeous. I loved every moment of that. Um, it kind of did feel a little bit short-lived because she's so dang powerful. Um, but to get to see Black Lightning twice, um, I thought that was actually pretty cool, because Black Lightning just hitting a rock, you kind of understand like by the water's reaction and all these different things, that it was like, oh man, that's crazy. But at the same time, it was like, oh well, what if he fought a monster that was very strong with Black Lightning? One shot it? What would Black Lightning do? It like disintegrated the ant. It actually hit that thing and gave it a new shadow. Okay. The one thing too that kind of concerns me is the slime doing these things in front of them, and after doing it, um, this is these are the three adventurers are definitely going to have to report everything back. Uh, the person that they're working for doesn't seem like he would take a lie. Like he seems like he knows these people well enough that if they lied to him, he would know instantly. So that's just the feeling I got from his character. Um, and that's probably why he wants these guys in particular to do it, because when they do it, he knows he'll get the actual information from them that he needs. So, but that's just my headcanon that I'm putting on them. They might be able to lie to him and keep a straight face or something. So we just got to see. But if he does report all of this that they've seen so far, it would end up showing just how much the monsters might have done the things he said. He said that the monsters might be much more much more active if the guy was gone. Like the dragon was actually gone and his aura is not there to stop other monsters from, just coming in and taking whatever they want at this point. So, really interested to see if this is going to be uh, the instance, because one, we learned about the 500 goblins as well. They tell us that the cycle of like the food chain has pretty much been broken, and if those goblins were just to stay out there and not get names and not be evolved like the ones that we have, they would have very little to no chance to surviving, and that's what Great Sage tells them. So it's interesting to know that that is the case. Like the guy in the guild is 100% right. The monsters are getting a lot more active because they know the presence of that monster is gone. So why not? So really interested to see how you guys are feeling about that time I was reincarnated as a slime. I thought the New York City, the mind connection to help a girl out who lived in like the Edo period. She lived in like a days when there was no types of cars, no types of anything, and she literally got to see all of it through this guy's eyes, and I thought that was the most beautiful way of showing someone who has been fighting for something in a whole nother world that her other world is fine, and we still don't know who was necessarily attacking, but thanks to some of my people in the comments from the last video, I'm guessing since it was during the war, it was just like some overall arcing war attack that and the army found the village and they attacked. So it ended up being the crossfire type of deal where she was. But yeah, other than that, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It has been very fun making these videos for you guys. I cannot wait to make more because I got more content on the way. So if you want to see anything I drop instantly, make sure you have that notification bell on, and I will definitely have something for you before the end of the day. Actually, I'll have another video up, two videos today for sure. So make sure if you want to see that, you are part of that notification squad. But yeah, other than that, I hope you have a good day, morning, night, whatever the case is when you're watching this, and I will see you next time if you choose to stay. All right then, everybody. Peace and take care.